Welcome to Light. Our first good live stream is coming up. It'll get better as I go along, I'm sure. And now I can actually show you guys what I'm seeing today. And now we can react to it at the same time. So here we go. So this is going to be the leaked audio that keeps rolling out of our great president. Keeps accidentally backing himself into buffoonery situations where he keeps getting all this stuff leaked out without his knowledge. I mean, like, one thing you cannot say about this man is that he is intelligent. I mean, how many times? How many tapes are we going to get now of leaked audio coming out of this guy? I mean, seriously. We've got all the millions of years of the Woodward tapes. And now we've got this about Dr. Fauci, who he says he publicly says like all these positive things about. And behind closed doors, you know, he hates the guy. Like, I mean, nobody's surprised about that. But anyway, let's get right into it. Since we can do it today, yay! All right, take it away, Breonna Keeler.
The pandemic is getting worse, just as the experts predicted. One of them now warning that America is about to enter the, quote, darkest weeks of this crisis, with 8 million infected and close to 220,000 dead. And the U.S. now averaging more than 56,000 cases a day. But today, instead of attacking the virus, the president is going after the leading authority on infectious diseases, Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Disgrace.
Calling him and other experts idiots. Today, the president told his campaign staff this on a call, quote, "People are tired of COVID. I have these huge rallies. People are saying whatever, just leave us alone. They're tired of it. People are tired of hearing Fauci and all these idiots. Fauci is a nice guy. He's been here for 500 years.
Fauci's a nice guy. He's been here for 500 years. This guy, Trump doesn't give a fuck about anybody, dude. Like, if you're not currently engulfed with the orange cock deep down your throat, that he literally hates you. He literally will say everything in the world bad about you. He doesn't give a flying fuck. Holy shit. He's a nice guy. He's been here for 500 years.
Fauci is a disaster. If I listen
Fauci's
to
a disaster.
500,000 deaths.
Oh, yeah, dude.
If the president had listened to Fauci and other medical experts, maybe he would have pushed for folks to wear masks and avoid big crowds.
No shit.
Modelings show us that universal mask wearing would have saved tens of thousands of lives. Instead, the president continues to hold big rallies where fewer masks, and they certainly don't socially distance. One is planned for tonight in Arizona, which is one of 27 states now showing a rising trend in new infections. Just as the weather is turning colder, driving people indoors where the risk of spread is so much higher. It's not clear if Fauci has heard the president's latest slam against him, but today the doctor delivered this call to action for all those he called defenders of science.
This is Mongol.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I've got to get that fixed. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, back to it.
We have a lot of challenges ahead of us, and I can't help thinking that we're really, going through a time that's disturbingly anti-science in certain segments of our society. That's very troublesome to me. And we really need, as a group of scientists and physicians and healthcare providers, really stick together in our principles, because it is not going to be very easy as we go on with these challenges. This is a very, very difficult period in our existence, and we need to be the steadfast, vocal defenders of the scientific process.
Yeah. I mean, this president is uniquely, something we cannot forget is that he is uniquely anti-science. We've had plenty of presidents who, maybe didn't fully care and fully appreciate the work of all these scientists. But this president is uniquely anti-science. There hasn't been one in the past that's been anywhere near as openly aggressive against known scientific facts as President Donald Dump here. Like, this is one of the biggest reasons to vote for Biden, is that we will again have a president who won't be afraid and feel his ego has in some way been challenged by listening to fucking experts and scientists in these fields. Like, it's really way bigger of an issue than people, I think, give it credit for.
Dr. Dr. Jorge Rodriguez is an internal medicine and viral specialist. He is a steadfast defender of science, which is why we have him on. And so first, Jorge, Dr. Fauci has been in the president's crosshairs for months now. But these new comments, I think there's something sort of about them where the president knew that reporters were listening and he called him a disaster and he said that he and other experts are idiots. What is your reaction to this?
Well, my reaction is I hope I'm one of those idiots, because that would really be like a feather in my cap, to be called that. Consider the source. Tony Fauci, Dr. Fauci has been around not just for 500 years, for 2,000. Seriously, he is an icon in both the medical and scientific world. He is the most published researcher in the world. He's been through the HIV
I thought so.
crisis
Yeah, I mean, he is the most published researcher in the world, as this guy said. I looked into it earlier. And Trump, do you think he cares about that? No, of course he doesn't fucking care about that. He doesn't give a single fuck about that. He literally... Here's how far Trump knows about Fauci. Fauci probably once or twice disagreed with him on how he's handling the pandemic. That's all he knows. That's all he needs to know to say all the negative things in the world about Fauci, all the most ignorant, misrepresented of the facts things there is about Fauci's work and about people who respect Fauci's work, and to just justify him literally doing next to nothing for 9 months during a pandemic. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And he is a man that is really nonpartisan. So he knows what he's talking about. So to refer to him in those demeaning terms, I think is childish at best. And it just creates a greater divide. Unfortunately, all of the things that have been said, all of the statistics that were quoted before this happened have come to pass. So there is no reason to doubt that we are at the beginning of what is going to be a huge surge this fall and winter unless people really buckle down and do what has been recommended, which is social distancing and masks. So you know what? That's just rhetoric. The science is the science, and the science proves that if we're careful, we can save probably hundreds of thousands of lives before this is all over.
The president also mocked former Vice President Biden for wearing masks. And he would
It's so funny that happened, man. I'm so glad that all this mask bashing from Trump to Biden happened, and this dumbass caught it himself and gave it to his entire White House. Like, oh, have you seen him? He shows up with the biggest mask anyone's ever seen. He's got a mask that's the size of a football field. No one knows why. Oh, shit. Ship me to Walter Reed, quick. I've got COVID-19. Oh, shit, it wasn't a hoax. I mean, that's just... If that's not poetic justice, nothing is.
Listen to the scientists if elected. I mean, do you worry that there could be a lasting impact on public health, on the country, because of the president casting... I mean, he's politicizing science. Do you worry about a lasting impact?
Right. Oh, absolutely. I think that is already here. And I think the lasting impact is not just on science, but in a lot of the institutions that have basically pillared this country since its inception. And people now, and we see it in our patients, they do doubt what you say, which is fine. People should question their physicians and their healthcare workers, and we should have answers. But to blindly think that what we're saying is false, listen, we really have no other motivation than to make sure that our patients stay healthy and alive. So I think the damage is done. It's going to take probably decades to repair, and I really salute someone like Biden. I don't think it's a dig on him to say that he's going to listen to scientists. I'm like, yeah, right. That's exactly what people should be doing and politicians should be doing.
Yeah, no, it's an odd criticism, right?
Absolutely.
I want to listen, Dr. Rodriguez, because we did just get in this sound of what the president said about Dr. Fauci. Let's listen.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Man, I can't take... I'm going to have to get premium on this account, too.
People are tired of COVID. I have the biggest rallies I've ever had.
Yeah, people are tired of COVID because you won't do anything to get rid of it, dipshit.
Listen.
People are tired of COVID.
I'm tired of you.
I have the biggest rallies I've ever had, and we have COVID. People are saying, whatever, just leave us alone. They're tired of it. People are tired of
How about
hearing Fauci
protect
and
us?
These people that have gotten it wrong. Fauci's a nice guy. He's been here for 500 years. He's a disaster. I mean, this guy's, if I listened to him, we'd have 500,000 deaths.
Are you kidding me?
And okay, so there, I was reading the quote before, but now we have it in the president's words. He knew that this would get out, right? This comes on the tails of Dr. Fauci doing 60 Minutes and raising just kind of normal concerns, but certainly the president feels it's negative for him. I do want to ask you about something that a doctor on the task force who the president likes, Dr. Scott Atlas, something he did. His advisor actually put out a tweet about masks saying that they don't work when they do work, right? This statement is so erroneous
Absolutely.
that Twitter removed it. He has been a proponent of herd immunity, though then he's also denied that. Let's listen to something he said last week.
Sure.
We can allow a lot of people to get infected, those who are not at risk to die or have a serious hospital requiring illness. We should be fine with letting them get infected, generating immunity on their own, and the more immunity in the community, the
Wait, that
better
rhymed.
we can eradicate the threat of the virus, including the threat to people who are vulnerable.
Sadly, the UK tried that. Sadly, Sweden tried that, and their deaths fucking skyrocketed immediately the second they tried herd immunity. That works with some things. It doesn't work with something with a high mortality rate. Obviously, if you know anything about diseases, anything about infectious diseases, you know that when a disease has a high infectious rate and a low ass mortality rate, herd immunity is an okay option. And when it has a high infectious rate and a high mortality rate, herd immunity is obviously a psychotically stupid option. So get the fuck out of here.
That's what herd immunity is.
You know, Jorge, 2 months ago, he was
Yeah.
very quick to defend himself to my colleague Michael Smerconish and insist that he was not pushing herd immunity, which, you know, one other Harvard Medical School professor calls actually mass murder. And here he is now openly talking about it. What do you make about this transition, this kind of shift where now he's just unabashedly talking about herd immunity?
You know, this is what makes this so nauseating to a point. It's the fact that you can tell that there are different political agendas at play here. If we had herd immunity with this infection, seriously, there would be millions of people dead in this country.
Yeah.
Herd immunity may work with a lesser infectious disease, but you still need 70 to 80% of the people.
A lesser mortality rate disease. You can have a high infectious disease that has an incredibly low mortality rate, and herd immunity can work. Okay? COVID-19, let me just spell this the fuck out for you, is a disease with a very high mortality rate and an even higher infectious rate. So he's right when he's saying that. It's just that you need to keep it in mind that it is mortality that is the key here. And something with a high mortality rate will never do good in a herd immunity strategy.
In this country with antibodies, we don't even know how long antibodies last. So this is a very cavalier at best thing that he's proposing. And as far as masks, he did something which most scientists would be kicked out of their university for, which is to mine the data, meaning that he picked and he chose what information he wanted from a study to sort of validate his point, which was completely erroneous. In this study that showed that people that go to restaurants are more likely to get COVID, he basically just said, oh, look, they were wearing masks and they still got it. Yeah, that's just bupkis. Masks save lives.
Yeah.
This is completely...
it's misinformation. It's misinformation.
People just need to take care of themselves. And, you know, let me tell you something. My patients and the people that I know, yes, people are tired of this. Women with breast cancer are tired of chemo, but they persevere. All right, we cannot diminish the human spirit and our ability to persevere. So yes, we're tired, but you know, damn it, we're going to persevere. And if that takes wearing masks for another year or so, we're going to do it.
Very well put. Dr. Rodriguez, it's great to see you. Thank you.
So yeah, there you have it. I mean, he acts like it's something that, okay, maybe your supporters are, quote, tired of it. I mean, everybody's tired of it. Obviously, nobody wants this to be happening. Okay, so maybe your supporters are tired of people trying to fight back against it. But let me spell something out for you. Everyone in this country who's not MAGA, and then everyone else in the world, they're not tired of trying to fight this disease. They understand very goddamn motherfucking well what this disease is and what its implications are on them, on their communities, on their families, on their infrastructure, on everything the way the world works. Okay? Nobody is childish enough and flippant enough and pussy enough to just be, I'm tired of it, man. It's COVID is a pandemic and it's hard, man. It's real hard to fight it. Grow a fucking pair of any balls, please. Jesus, man. You're supposed to be the leader of the country. Man, I'm tired of this, man. It's not fun to be doing this. Being the president isn't supposed to be fun. Okay? That's not the job description. Hey, you want to be the president of the United States? What does that entail? It's fun. That's never been what anyone thinks of being the president as. It's not a fun fucking job. It's not something that if you're in the middle of it, you could just get tired of something that's happening to your country. I mean, I guess it is, but then you're Trump. You're a horrible president if you do that. Absolutely fucking outrageous and disgusting. But what is not outrageous and disgusting is our first live stream has just gone well. I am light. Subscribe below. Hit that alert bell. Leave a like, comment, whatever you want to do. And pretty soon I'll be linking my Twitter in every description. I've made it today. It's all ready to go. And I love you guys. Bye-bye.